All right, guys, just a quick video on the Breitling Navitimer 41 millimeter. Quick disclaimer, real quick. If you've clicked on this video and you're expecting full-on information on how to use the slide rule or inner, deep details or close-ups, just go ahead and click off the video right now. You don't need to watch any further. I stopped you 30 seconds in. You didn't waste any time. You're not going to waste any of my time by commenting down below about the lack of information I'm providing. This is just me talking about this watch and the way I look at it. That's all this is. All right, now that those people are gone, I think, let's talk about this watch. So, most of you guys already know, I did enter into the Breitling Select program. This is the first watch that I selected. Why? I've never checked out a Navitimer, so very cool to be able to check one out hands-on. And I have to say, when I first opened up the box and checked it out, I don't want to say I was like underwhelmed or anything like that, but I definitely wasn't like, it was basically what I thought it was going to be. I've watched enough videos on the Navitimer. I knew what I was getting into. So, but I wore it. I wore it quite a bit over the last, has it been like 2 months? If it hasn't been 2 months, it's at least been a month and a half. I know I've been billed twice, but they bill you early on. So it's over a month. And I've worn it probably a total of like maybe a week and a half. I wore it at work, I wore it at play, I wore it around. And I haven't really used the chronograph feature, but I've used the time and the date. Those are pretty legible. I find that if, like, looking at it like this, it's fine. But if you angle it a little bit and get a little bit of light reflection down onto those hands, it's plenty legible. So I've enjoyed it for sure, but I've used it as basically just like a three-handed watch. And that's all I've used it for. It's been comfortable. I really like it on this leather strap, and I really like the size. I think I could easily pull off a larger one, but I do like the 41 for sure. And I'll show you a wrist shot in a little bit. So it is a 40 millimeter case. That's right. If you measure at the case, it's 40. But as you can see, the bezel protrudes out about a half mil on each side. So you're looking at 41 millimeter on the top side with the bezel. 47.75 millimeter lug to lug. You get that full polished bling that you get with Breitling that on a lot of their models, for sure. Not like my Super Ocean, that one's kind of brushed and everything, but I really like the full polished bling of this. So 14.2 millimeter thick to the top of the single dome sapphire crystal. That's right. So you watch here, you get it right about there, and it starts to just really go crazy. You can't read it at all. That's just a single dome. 22 millimeter lug width here. I didn't change straps. I didn't try anything else. I liked this leather strap that it was on. It was super comfortable. The strap was brand new. I'm not sure who the next person is that's going to get it, if they'll still have it on this strap, or if Breitling Select will change it out, because I did wear it quite a bit. And a 6.6 millimeter push-pull crown. This is only a 3-bar, I think like 30 meter. So I took it off. It was raining yesterday, and I walked out the door wearing it, and I was like, oh, it's raining. I went back in. I didn't even wear it. I didn't even want to chance it. I didn't wear it in the rain. I wouldn't wear it doing dishes, certainly not swimming or anything like that. So it's a dry watch. Just keep it that way. So retail price on this, $6,200. Realistic street price, probably $4,200 to $4,800. So you're definitely sub $5,000, but maybe even closer to that $4,000 mark. Does that make it so it's more doable? Yeah. I think if you can pick up a Navitimer for just over 4K, brand new, gray market, or lightly used or something, anywhere from like 35 to 45, yeah, I think you're doing good with that. If it's a watch that you want, you've always wanted to try, that's the route I would go. You're not going to go walk into an AD and drop $6,200 on one of these Navitimers. It's just not going to happen. So, movement, Breitling caliber 13. What is that? Essentially, it's an ETA 7750. I'm sure they did some stuff to it and everything like that, but I can't see it. I don't know. 48-hour power reserve. It is running spot on. So I know they do some regulation, so that part is good. This dial in the sun looks really good. At the end of the video, I'll drop in a still photo, I think, maybe a video or something, so you can see it in sunlight. It definitely pops a little bit more. Like right here, it's kind of like a shiny denim blue or country blue or something. It's not crazy. Now, the Breitling Select program, these are, quote, refurbished watches, and I've had a lot of people ask me, what do they look like? Well, look brand new, but I did just notice the printing on the Breitling chronometer Navitimer. If you look at the printing towards the top of it here, which is almost like a coppery metallic type print, it's really cool. But if you look towards the top of the Breitling there, it's a little weak, like almost like the blue is bleeding through or something. So I don't know if that's the reason why this one was, quote, refurbished or just cycled into the Breitling Select program. Basically where you see the Ling, L-I-N-G, it's definitely on the L, the I, and the N. I mean, you got to really look at it and get in the right light. You can kind of see there where it kind of just bleeds out a little bit. If I could get a better deal on it, it wouldn't bother me. I don't care. Date wheel is color matched to the dial. That's nice. I like that. Let's get that chronograph going. I know I should have done that a while ago. So that thing's going to spin around, obviously, and you're going to be able to keep track of that here and here. This is your running seconds, and it does hack. So if you pop that out, it actually hacks both. And so we'll let that run for a little bit. Here's a look at the case back real quick. All kinds of more scale information there. And some information about the watch. It's very comfortable. It's very smooth. There's no rough edges. So what does the slide rule do? Well, it's very stiff, but you have a ton of traction on this bezel. And it's not going to move. So you can move this around and you can do calculations. You can do formulas. You can figure out the speed of things is what it's mainly probably used for. But you can do quick calculations and stuff like that. I watched a few videos on certain things on how to do these quick calculations, and they were explained really well. And I think if I were going to own the watch and wear it on a regular basis, then I would learn those and utilize those. But like many watch owners out there, collectors, you know, you might have 10, 15, 20, 600, I don't know, whatever watches. And if you don't wear this all the time, I got a lot of things jumbling around in my brain. I'm not going to remember how to use the slide rule on this for calculations that I know in these videos these guys talk about, like, oh, I can do that calculation quicker on this than my buddy can on his iPhone. You know, maybe if you're retain information better than me, I guess you probably could, but I'm just going to whip out my iPhone and do that. You know, maybe I'll tell the time on it too, why I have it out. Who knows? All right, so go ahead and stop that chrono hand and then snap it back instantly. Flawless operation there. What happens with this now? This is the last time you're probably going to see this watch, because I've been dreading and waiting and procrastinating making this video. Now that I have, it's time to send it back. So I'm going to get on my Breitling Select program, and I'll do a video on that whole process. Here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. I have it a little loose right now. Yeah, so I usually go one more slot tighter, and then it wears great. But it feels great right now. It's a little loose, but this thing has been a gem. I really like the way it looks on my wrist. I've enjoyed my time with it, but it's time to try the next watch. So Breitling Select program, I'll post a video on that process. They give me a prepaid shipping tag. This one goes back, and I'm going to order the next one. I think I'm going to get the 42mm Premier Chronograph, I think is what it's called. I think that's the next one I'm going to try, which is basically, it's way different than the Navitimer for sure. It's more of like a traditional chronograph looking watch. So when I'm dealing with Breitling, I kind of want to stick with the chronographs. I might try an Avenger at the end. We'll see. We'll see what's available. But man, I'm going to be bummed to let this go. Maybe I have to wear it one more day. We'll see. Let me kill the lights so you guys can check the Lume, because there is Lume. It's not amazing. Most chronographs are not amazing on the Lume department, guys, but it has Lume. So I should say it's actually pretty amazing for the amount that is there, because you can see you have like this 222 offset thing because of the way the dial is laid out with all of its subdials and everything. So you have a decent amount of Lume on the hour and minute, and then those 8 indices there, but that's all you get. Take it or leave it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next vid.